else battle when you tell yourself something over and over again that you're not going to get hooked or you're not going to listen to this, and then it happens and you end up falling down that rabbit hole anyway. I feel like I do this every year with the Browns when it comes to off-season and mini camp, and I tell myself it doesn't matter. We'll wait till we get to training camp. But here I am yet again, sucking myself back into reading in what's going on out there in Berea. Now, this is an interesting nugget that came out from Mary Kay Cabot on how the Browns want to approach their offseason of having 4 quarterbacks that I think legit all have a shot to start week 1 for their team. There's a lot on the Browns' plates out in Berea as we begin the offseason. I got a conspiracy theory about why they might be dividing things up the way they are. We'll get to that coming up. Deshaun Watson's not playing for the Browns again. I almost didn't want to talk about this on this week's show, Ryan, because I just think it's like such a foregone conclusion that there is no way that he's going to play again. Now, that's not the reporting we got, and I'm going to give my reason why I think that came out. We'll recap what Koby Altman had to say at the end of the season press conference after just such a disappointing end to the season for the Cavs, where they go from here. I pissed everybody off about Giannis and Mobley, and I'll tell you, I'm not getting off that. We'll talk about why I still wouldn't make that trade. Crazy game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That make you think different about the Pacers. I think I have to. We'll get to the grid. We'll mix in some guards. We got it all for you on this week's edition of the Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. So happy to have you along on this week's episode. You can always catch us Thursday nights, social side. We're on YouTube. We always stream it on Twitter X at Matt Fontana Show. You can also check out the Instagram or download that Big Play app that has all of our shows on there. I've been watching a lot of the golf. Joe Meglin Show, Jimmy's everywhere. It's our newest edition here at Big Play. And, of course, on Fridays, 4 o'clock, you can catch us on the Rocks. We appreciate that very much. Presented by our great friends at Fairway Ford, Pure AV, and Garage Beer. So the reporting comes out from Mary Kay Cabot about an idea of how the Browns might divide up the quarterback reps as we enter the first couple stages of the offseason program. And I want to start with, how hard, Ryan, do you think this is going to be to have 4 guys in a battle? And do you think it's legit that all 4 have a chance? Like, do you really believe that it's all on equal footing right now? I don't think that can ever be the case. Anytime they tell you, like, no, it's all equal, you know it's not. Listen, Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, I know there's a lot of discussion about who's making that decision, by the way. They're human beings. They're leaning one way. They have to be. Where if you ask them point blank a question, if you had a game tomorrow, who would start? I already know what they would say. Well, we don't have a game tomorrow. And that's a hypothetical, and we don't live in hypotheticals. I get it. They're leaning one way. It's impossible for them not to be. But do you believe that they are going to start this as equal as they can, where all 4 of these guys have a chance to start week 1? Do you believe that? You buying that?
Well, I found it interesting, Mary Kay said they're going to be running some type of congruent whether it's Joe Flacco paired up with Shador and then it's Kenny with Dillon.
Correct.
And then that's why they have, I think it's like 12 receivers right now that'll be in Berea. Obviously, most of those guys aren't going to make the roster, but I would think that Andrew Berry and them, they would want Dylan Gabriel to be the guy that steps up, shows out, and makes them start in week 1. But then because he drafted him in the 3rd round, but then you say, okay, even if it's Shador, nobody's going to remember in a year that you drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round if you find your franchise quarterback in this draft. I mean, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, I would think have the inside edge. I don't think they want to start a rookie unless they absolutely have to. I think it's pretty fair. I mean, at this point, you're going to see what Dylan Gabriel and Shador do early on. But let me ask you this. Do you really think they want to start a rookie if they don't have to? I mean,
it's weird for me to say. I don't know if they care. They obviously have to. And I do think, shout out to Drennan, all bets are off in a way that the draft position does not bother me. The draft position, there was a clip that the team sent out of Kevin Stefanski talking to the rookies. And what did he say? He goes, I'm paraphrasing, I don't care where you got drafted. He was even saying this to Mason Graham. He goes, job number 1, you got to make this team. Job number 2, you got to carve out time to play on this team. Now, we all laugh because Quinshon Judkins is going to get play. Carson Schlesinger is going to start, and Mason Graham is going to start. But I get that they got to create that environment of competition, and nothing is given. And okay, fine. I don't care where Dillon Gabriel was drafted. I don't care where Shedeur Sanders was drafted. They're in this, right? Now, the leg up, like you said, Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco have both started games. They've gone through training camps before. That inherently would give them the edge in this. So, again, to your point, or what you brought up, Mary Kay bringing up that they might put Pickett and Gabriel over here and Shedeur and Flacco over here. Here's my conspiracy theory on that. Your real battle is over here. Your real battle is between Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel to be the starter. Because whoever wins that, if they still don't show you enough, like they win their pool, I guess, right? Pool play, if you will. They win their pool, are they still better than Flacco? And if your answer is yes, there's your starter. If they're not, you know what you have in Joe Flacco. He's your nice security blanket to go to sleep at night, and you feel great about it. Shedeur, I think, is just kind of left out. And that's why I think they put him with Joe Flacco. And I think everybody saw the clip of Shedeur. He was raving about Joe Flacco. That's why they're together. Here's this rookie. I know Joe doesn't want to do that, but here, put this rookie that's going to need help. Any rookie would. And work with him. Get him up to speed on some things. But I think that is your off to the side battle. The real one is Pickett and Dillon Gabriel. And I would have to probably at this point feel like the money is going to be one of those two is going to be your starter. Now, for a lot of the offseason leading up till now, I was pounding the table. Joe Flacco's going to start. Joe Flacco's going to start. I flipped. Go ahead and throw Dillon Gabriel in there. If he shows that he can do this, if he can first, he's got to show me he can handle this. I've seen a lot of rookies get ruined, right? I've seen a lot of guys that get thrown in when they're not ready. And it goes really bad, really fast. If Dillon Gabriel can show you throughout training camp, right now it doesn't matter. But if he can get in there in those preseason games and he can get in there in training camp and he looks like he can handle this, you start him. You do it. Because we got a draft in the future. I need to find a long-term answer. And I'm ready to go start one of these rookie quarterbacks. And I'm not ready to hand it to them just because they're a rookie. I want them to earn it. And I think that's what the Browns do. That's kind of what you're talking about here, Ryan. I think they're setting this up. They want one of those guys to come and grab this. And like, this is going to be kind of mean how I'm going to say this, but if Dillon Gabriel can't take a quarterback job away from Kenny Pickett, then maybe he doesn't belong. Like, and I get that people, this is one thing on Kenny Pickett that I don't buy that a lot of other people are. Oh, that was the first one. They traded for him. Like, they really wanted Kenny Pickett. You didn't have any quarterbacks. You literally had no quarterbacks on your roster healthy to play. And he was available and you traded for him. I don't know your thoughts on that, Ryan. I'm not buying so much into, like, oh, Kenny Pickett was the guy they really, really wanted. No, they had no one on the roster.
The only thing is, when you're talking about throwing these rookies into the fire, like, it's easy to say, well, if you can't beat out, and you're talking about Dillon Gabriel in this instance, if you can't beat out Kenny Pickett, are you really going to make it in the NFL? I get that, because Kenny Pickett hasn't really shown any signs that he's going to be a successful NFL quarterback, but it's still going from college to NFL. I mean, that's a totally different speed.
Sure.
And, like, you're balancing trying to figure out as fast as you can whether Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders are the answer, and you could still be trying to figure out if Kenny Pickett's the answer. You just know we've seen probably a capped ceiling on that, while we haven't had the opportunity with Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders yet. But are you doing these rookie quarterbacks a disservice by throwing them into the fire right away? Because
dude, welcome to it, man. I'm sorry.
I get it because you need to find your
answer.
answer. You traded back to get Mason Graham and acquire first for what you think's going to be a better quarterback draft class next year. And I get it, but are you kind of shooting yourself in the foot saying, listen, we got to figure out ASAP if these guys are the answer, but are you ever going to get that answer by just throwing them into the fire right away and not letting them try and figure things out or at least learn for a little bit?
I usually like sitting rookie quarterbacks. I usually do.
Especially this isn't a Cam Ward. This isn't a Jackson Dart, first round.
Right, that's exactly my point. Right, like I thought the Patriots played it perfectly. Let Jacoby Brissett start, and by week 6, here comes Drake May when he deserves it, and look where the Patriots are at now.
Like, have you ever had a third round draft quarterback or later that has just come in and lit the world on fire right away. Like the only one I think of is like Dak.
Russ came in. Remember too,
but Dak came in because an injury. Like he wasn't supposed to start.
Like Russ Wilson took that job from Matt Flynn that they gave a bunch of money to, and he out of nowhere just completely outplayed him and went on and won a Super Bowl eventually. Like, yes, I would love that to be the situation. I would love that to be the case. But you're right. More often than not, it starts with this. How often do you assume a third-round quarterback is going to be your starter? Never. Your first-round quarterback, yeah. And even in New York, they're probably hoping Russ starts. They don't want Jackson Dart to start there. Cam Ward's going to start day one. I know Brian Callahan came. I was like, no, come on. They ain't starting Will Levis there. It's going to be Cam Ward. By the way, it's just mini camp. I started by saying don't get hooked. They sent out some Cam Ward videos, and I was like, no, it looks so good.
Shador better.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. Man, did I want Cam Ward. But they're going to start this thing as even as they can. Let it play out. But remember, they're still going to be a little biased. They're going to have a lean one way or another.
And you know what's funny, too, when we talk about all this, we're getting closer and closer to the games, and we'll see who actually is the one to take the first snap under center week one. Come on, Miles. You had no idea what the Browns were doing. There was no idea, right?
Or he was lied to.
Yeah.
Or he was lied to. And I wasn't in that room, so I don't know. Or he just made that up.
Which I think is correct.
That might be. Because that was, you resigned here after you went scorched earth. I don't want to be here anymore. Why'd you come back?
Exactly.
He had to come up with a reason. Oh, I know what they're going to do a quarterback.
What's he going to do? Admit he overplayed his hand?
No, I don't know if he overplayed his hand. I think he played it perfectly. He got his money.
Yeah, he's going to get it regardless. I guess
not that much.
Well,
not that much. Not from somebody else. He would not have gotten the same deal he got here somewhere else. I feel pretty confident saying that. Now, Myles Garrett, I would join you on this. Myles Garrett is a guy that's kind of impervious to inflation, if you will. Like, he was going to get a lot of money no matter what. The Browns gave him extra. Because think about this. Give me a team that would have traded for him.
Commanders.
Okay. We had to give up draft capital to come get you, buddy. And you're joining a team. Now, the Commanders might not go exactly with what I'm trying to say here, but he would probably have joined a team with a quarterback on a good money. Like Jaden Daniels is on a rookie contract and all that. They had to get Debo's money. Like, it just would have been different because, A, they had to give up draft capital, and B, most of the good teams that Myles would have gone to, they got money tied up everywhere else. So I'm talking like, I can't even remember. What did he get?
Myles?
Yeah.
I don't remember the guarantees.
Hang on. I don't want to misspeak here.
I think it was like $5 million more than Max Crosby per year annually or something like that.
$123 million guaranteed. $123.5 million guaranteed, right? 40 per year. He would have gotten 37 from somebody. I don't say pennies because it's $3 million freaking dollars, but like he would have still gotten paid, but I think he got more from the Browns. You're right. He didn't know. The rest of the team's probably sitting here wondering who's going to start. They probably want Flacco to start. I think it's going to be. I'm starting to turn here. I want one of the rookies to take I'm ready. You want to know what? Here you go. Let's go, Dylan Gabriel. I was not in when they drafted you, man. I had a lot of questions about it, and I still do. I want him to start week one for the Browns. I want him to earn that job. I want him to win this quarterback competition. But what a flip from me. Sitting here honestly ripping him on that Friday night when they picked him. I'm all in now. He's the one. He's the one. He's got to earn it. I don't want him giving him to him, but I want him to go out there and win this quarterback competition. What a flip for me. All right, I'm not going to flip on this Deshaun Watson thing because any idea of him playing again for the Browns is just I'm going to tell you why. Some of the things that are out there. We'll get to that. Tush push, want to touch on that as well. Touch and tushes is what we do. We'll get to that coming up. We'll talk some Cavs as well right here on the Fontana Show. Got to talk about Fairway Ford. Got that ride. Go see an employee pricing going on right now at Fairway Ford. All the vehicles. All of them. I'm looking at their beautiful website right now. FairwayFordOhio.com. They'll ship it to you. Family owned and operated for 20 years. Here we go, Ryan. You ready to go? Mm-hmm. Red F-150 Platinum 4-wheel drive demo special. You get $13,000 off right now. The Fairway discount on top of customer cash, on top of a retail bonus cash. They're saving you tens of thousands of dollars, potentially. 3.9% APR for 72 months. They got it for it. Actually, you know what? I'm flipping over to the black one. They got a black metallic with the black rims over there. Same thing. Platinum, 4-wheel drive. Got it's brand new. It's a brand new vehicle at Fairway Ford. Employee pricing is on. Pre-tariff pricing is all there with the Fords. APRs, what you need. Over 500 in stock at Fairway Ford. Think about it. Summer's going to be here. I know it doesn't feel like it this week. Summer will be here. You need that vehicle for the road trips. You got a son or daughter heading off to college. You don't give them a new car. Kids don't deserve new cars. You give them your car, and you go to Fairway Ford and get yourself that new ride. Tell them we sent you. You can ask for Brian if you need to when you get there, and they'll hook you up. They'll take it. They take care of everybody, but they certainly take care of our people here at Big Play with our friends at Fairway Ford. FairwayFordOhio.com. That is FairwayFordOhio.com. Don't want to talk to Deshaun Watson. We'll talk about him for just a second. We'll do it coming up. Fontana Show, part of the Big Play Network, and on the Rock. Back right after this.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Pure AV, luxury home automation. Experience your dream smart home by visiting pureavcorp.com.
All right, we're talking Browns quarterback, so inevitably Deshaun Watson will come back up. And the idea that he might actually play for the Cleveland Browns again? Welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. As always, Rock Entertainment Sports Network on Fridays at 4 o'clock. As always, presented by our great friends at Garage Beer, Fairway Ford, and Pure AV. Father's Day. What's that dad in your life looking for?
When is Father's Day this year?
It's always the third Sunday.
Okay.
So it's like, it's actually a triple whammy for me. My wedding anniversary is usually right there. Like, my wedding anniversary has landed on Father's Day. My birthday is like a couple days after that, and then Father's Day. Imagine I go to my wife and go, honey, Pure AV. You can combo all three of those and get the beautiful setup that you're looking for. And the thing is with Pure AV, it starts with an easy conversation. You can talk to Brad, you can talk to Don, anybody there. Say, guys, this is what I like. I like having people over for the big games, the big fights. I'm a gamer. I want that set up. I want to be able to have the Dolby Atmos surround sound, the 4K, the 8K. I love movies. I'm starting to restock some of my physical media, Ryan, in 4K and 8. I got Jaws on 4K now. Could you imagine just sitting back in your own home and watching a beautiful, crisp 4K movie with the Dolby Atmos surround? It's endless at what they could do at Pure AV. Eventually, our current home does not have the room for this. But eventually, I'll be calling them about a golf simulator. They've got all the technology that you need to set up that golf simulator in your home. Do this. You can go down to their showroom in Akron. We're there for our draft party. And you'll walk in, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be absolutely blown away on what they can do for you. And it was funny. I was talking to Brad about this. He goes, Matt, obviously, anything in here can be in your home. Anything that you see in here, we can do in your home. Big, small, anything in between, outdoor, they got it all for it. PureAVcorp.com. That is PureAVcorp.com. They'll come to your home as well, and they can show you stuff. But I'm really telling you, this can be a serious thing, right? Go down to their showroom in Akron. It's a short drive. It's not that bad. Get off in 77. You go right there, and you'll see everything that we talk about. Check them out online, too, PureAVcorp.com. So we're talking quarterbacks, and the idea that Deshaun Watson might actually be able to play again for the Cleveland Browns. Where are we at? He tore the Achilles again, but, he's out of his boot. He's throwing to Jerry Jeudy. No. Here's where I think things stand, okay? They cannot deny Deshaun Watson rehab and trainers and physical therapists and everything that he needs to resume his NFL career. He's going to be in quarterback rooms with Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco and all that. They do anything to stop that, they're going to get slapped with an injunction from the players' union. As much as we all sit here and say, dude, they gave you $230 million, you haven't shown anything, you haven't done that, they cannot deny him the right to try to continue his NFL career. And really, it's no bother to me. Go ahead. That's fine. And as long as Watson, which I don't think he will, as long as he's not a distraction and he's not in there creating problems, then what's the harm? Like, seriously, if he's sitting in a quarterback room and he actually helps Dylan Gabriel figure something out, he actually gives a piece of advice to Shedeur Sanders. Good, great. And I do get a sense that he understands where he's at right now, too. Dude, we're stuck in this. You'll be out of here after this year. If he even tries to come back, which good, try to get healthy and go play somewhere else. But like everybody talks about week 8, right? When they put him on the PUP list and they rule him out for the rest of the year. Somebody, asked us to go, what if he's healthy in week 8? I go, number one, I doubt very highly that he's going to be. Number two, I would also look at Watson and go, come on, man. Really? Just take this for what it is and we'll move on. But the final thing is, you have an insurance policy that says he doesn't play. You have 4 guys ahead of him that says he doesn't play. A principle of just not wanting to see him play again. And I can't remember who tweeted me this, and I forgot, and I apologize. They sent it to me on Twitter, and they're right. Number 4, he looked terrible when he did play. Everybody thinks he's going to come out and be the guy that he was 6 years ago? I don't think so. So I get that at this juncture and where we're at, the Browns kind of got to like, we'll keep that door open. It's not. There's no way. And I think even just at number 1 of the insurance policy that they have that gets them cap relief too, by the way, in addition to the money coming back for the Haslams, they'd rather go sign Matt Ryan out of the CBS booth. They'd rather go pull Philip Rivers off the sidelines of whatever high school team that he's coaching with his 11 kids on the team. They'd rather go get one of those guys to come play quarterback for $2 million than to sacrifice that insurance policy that they have. So I get why this is being said, or why it's maybe getting leaked out that they're like leaving this open. Ryan, they don't want to catch case. They don't want to catch an injunction from the players union. Because again, say what you want about how it happened or where we're at, the players union job is to still look out for their players. Deshaun Watson is still a player. He is still under contract from the Cleveland Browns. They cannot deny him access to that facility. They cannot deny him access to therapy to get his Achilles back to where it needs to be. Sure, I get why all that's happening, but just literally any idea they can't do that, right? There's no way that that's actually something they're thinking about, right?
There's one big factor that you're not considering here, Matt.
Big factor, one of our newest, greatest shows here.
And it's the fact that Deshaun Watson has self-diagnosed himself as being, quote, built different. So he's got that edge for him. He's built different. No, yeah, I agree with you,
Is
Matt.
he putting his leg in the water with the Dolphins while they're doing things?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's absolutely
We'll see him
ridiculous.
back in 8 months. Get on the ayahuasca. We'll be all right.
Fans are just sick of hearing the name. They don't like seeing him post the rehab videos, but it's whatever. It's
Does he post? I don't know. He
this-
blocked me
yeah,
on
he
Twitter, and
does.
I don't follow him on Instagram.
It's over without it actually being quote unquote over.
Yeah.
I think if the Browns put Deshaun Watson back in the field, I think Myles Garrett would retire and give the Browns back the money. It would be malpractice. And you're also at that point, you're taking games away from these rookies, and you're forcing the process of trying to figure out if these guys are legit or not. You're pushing that even further.
Yeah. No, and that's, again, of all the reasons, money aside, I'd rather them put Dylan Gabriel. I'd rather put Shedeur Sanders out there and try to figure that out. I think that ship is so sailed, but it's just got to be brought up because the Browns don't want to have to make this a bigger deal than it already is. I get why they're doing it. I understand it. It is what it is. Now, what I don't know if I understand, what are the Cavs going to do, man? And I try not to be a victim of a moment. I read something the other day. You should never make big decisions when you're angry, when you're tired, or when you're hungry. I feel a little, I don't know if I'm hungry right now, but I'm like a little tired of the Cavs, angry, all that. Can't make rash decisions. Especially when the Cavs might not be able to do anything anyway. I want to recap what Koby Altman had to say at his end-of-season press conference. We'll talk Giannis and Mobley. That trade, I think Emmett started the whole thing, did he not? I don't know. It caught on by fire. And you obviously see Giannis is going to be out of Milwaukee. I said I wouldn't make that trade. I want to explain to everybody why. We'll get to all of it coming up. Fontana Show right here on Big Play and The Rock, presented by Fairway Ford, Pure AV, and Garage Beer. Back right after this.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Pure AV, luxury home automation. Experience your dream smart home by visiting pureavcorp.com.
It was never going to be a fun press conference for Koby Altman when he has to stand up there and talk about his team getting gentlemen swept in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, but what'd you want him to say? And I got angry because I am angry. I'm still going to be angry, and I'm probably going to be angry until they start playing basketball again in the fall. But you got a question about where the Cavs are at right now and what can they do. It's the Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Matt Fontana Show. Instagram and YouTube is Big Play, and download the Big Play app for all of our shows. Catch it all. That's John Fanta on with Chuck and Marine on Object of the Game. We got, I mean, just by air show. You want to talk baseball? We got golf. I'm so excited to have Jimmy here. So excited to have a lot of golf with Jimmy. Big Factor Daily. Check it all out with Big Play. And our show is presented by our great friends at Fairway Ford, Pure AV, and Garage Beer. So Koby Altman has his end of season press conference. And like, it's hard because people really felt like there was a lot of excuse making about the Cavs just weren't mentally tough. You know, I think he said that the physical side of it is one thing, but the mental toughness, that's just like...
He also mentioned the injuries.
He did mention the injuries, and we can't set those aside. I keep coming back to this is now, you've seen this for 3 years. You've seen this core four for 3 years in the playoffs, okay? You got gentlemen swept by the Knicks. Then you had to go 7 against Orlando. Then you get beat by Boston, who did go to win the championship. And you took care of business against Miami. And you lost to the Pacers. And maybe I need to start putting some respect on the Pacers. Maybe that's my whole problem in this thing. But to come off and just be like, we just need to be more mentally tough. It's a hard pill to swallow. And I'm not yelling at Koby because there's nothing he can do. The way that this collective bargaining agreement was set up, and I don't want to get too much into the weeds about it, but they set this up that when you enter, they talk about these aprons, right? Cavs are all the way up, man. And the whole let me go in the most succinct way I can say this. When you enter that where the Cavs are at, you better be sure the team you got's the team you got because you can't do anything else. I was fine with that up until we lost to the Pacers. And now I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, I want to go back. Can't go back in life. You can't go back. So, like, I sit here and now I'm getting, cold feet. I'm sitting here sweating going, can we go back? No, you can't. Because you are where you are right now. And we're all going to have the questions of if this team is good enough. You keep asking that question. Everybody's going to keep asking, is this team good enough? I thought they were, and now I don't. And the thing is, what can the Cavs do to change anything? Okay? I don't think they can trade Jared Allen right now. I don't want to trade Darius Garland. I really don't. And I think Donovan Mitchell is untouchable, and I think Evan Mobley's damn close to untouchable. And I'll give me my Giannis take here in a second. So you feel this... I don't want to say futile, but it's like there's no one coming to save you. That happens in sports a lot. Where you're like, if we just make one more trade or if we make just one more move or one more tweak. And that problem is sometimes that doesn't work. How many busted NBA trades do you see and you're like, 2 years later, wasn't worth it. But the thing is, I've seen this team. Okay, you flip for DeAndre Hunter. I like that trade. Can't go back. Don't want to go back. All right? You added this piece. You did this. That's fine. I've seen it. I think I have a good barometer of what this team is. And I don't think it's good enough. And I can't do anything about it. You feel lost. You feel defeated about what this team is going to be. And if you want to, the only thing that I can put all my hope in is that it finally clicks. Again, I would say that after every other one of these years. What did we say after that Knicks series 2 years ago? It'll finally click for these guys, and they'll show up with an edge, and they'll show up with a little pissed offness. Nope. What is it? Fool me once, shame on me. Or no, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? How about 3 times? Fool me 3 times. I'll take out the Celtics one because that team was a juggernaut and they won 1 championship. You done fooled me twice. I believed in what I saw. I thought I saw what we had. I'm ready for a change that won't come. And that's why I'm so frustrated. Would you trade Giannis for Mobley?
Yes. I'm very intrigued to hear why you wouldn't.
Okay, I sent out a thing that just I had people that obviously are searching for words because they don't follow me, but then they tweet me and tell me. One guy goes, "I can't believe you have conned somebody into paying you money to talk about sports." I've conned 3 people into paying me to talk about sports. How about that? What a job I'm doing here. I sent out a graphic of Mobley and Giannis through 4 years.
Yeah.
And Mobley's better than everything. Now, people instantly come back and go, yeah, but by year 4, Giannis was an MVP candidate. By the way, Evan Mobley got an MVP vote for 5th. Whoa, great. It's the idea, do I know that Evan Mobley is going to become Giannis? I have no idea. Giannis that's a high bar. He's an elite player. But I'm not just ready to give up. I would trade anybody else. I don't want to trade Darius Garland now, but I would for Giannis. I'd trade Jared Allen and Darius, which, by the way, they can't do now because of the apron. There's a weird thing about aggregate. Everybody hears that. The Cavs cannot send out 2 players for 1. They can get 2 players back for 1, but they can't send 2 out for 1. So they'd have to get 2 back. They'd have to get a third team involved, whatever. This is flawed thinking, and I'm going to tell you that it is. You're not going to like how I'm going to rationalize this, but here I go. I feel like I've been given a bill of sale for Evan Mobley, and I want to see that get cashed in. I have bought into the hype of Evan Mobley, and I think Evan Mobley is going. Just seeing what he did this year, what Kenny was able to unlock, all of these other things, I don't want to not see that through. And it's flawed thinking because really, you have 2 more years at this run with Donovan Mitchell here. He's got a player option after that, and you might be rebuilding this whole thing in 2 years anyway. Why wouldn't you bring in Giannis, who's still semi in the prime of his career? I know he's battled injuries over the last couple years, but watch what he did this past year. And why would you not bring him in for 2 years? I get all of it. I really do. There's just something that I want to see this Evan Mobley all the way through. Right now, who's the better player? Giannis. Let's not get that twisted. I'm not that crazy, okay? I get it. But I just think more about, I could see Evan Mobley be here and this is again flawed. I know. I know. In 7 years, post Donovan Mitchell, who's going to carry me through that? What's your response? Why are you caring about that? Koby Altman ain't probably going to be here when that happens.
And when you're talking about one of the main points being, well, you drafted Evan Mobley, you develop him, you want to see him reach his full potential in a wine and gold uniform. Well, I could say, well, I would more so want to see through the Donovan Mitchell trade and reap the benefits of that. You traded for Donovan Mitchell. He's been the second best Cavalier we've ever seen play outside of LeBron James.
I would agree with that.
I want to see that through. I want to see Donovan Mitchell while he's in his prime. I understand maybe Donovan Mitchell isn't going to be the best player to win a championship, but to me, that's more important of winning a championship in that window, making that trade look as great as it has been great because Donovan Mitchell's done everything he possibly can. You bring in Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum's out. I know the Knicks are still going to be there, the Pacers are still going to be there, but you'd probably be the favorite to win the East if you bring in Giannis.
100%. 100%. And that's where you'd be doing wrong by Donovan Mitchell. And at the end of it, what do I want? A Larry O'Brien trophy or a trophy that says, hey, Evan Mobley developed? I get it. I understand that it's flawed. And by the way, it's probably not going to happen. Just with all the restrictions, I don't think there's any, I don't say there's any way because there is a way anything can happen. But yeah, and I'll tell you this, Koby Altman wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't at least explore that. Giannis is out of there. He's out of Milwaukee. There's no way he's staying there. Dame Lillard's not coming back. I think that is done. And there's also a statement to be said. You want to let Giannis find his way to Indiana? You want to let, it's like they're going to take the best deal they can for him when that comes time. And maybe he stays there for another year. I don't think so. He's not signing an extension there. So that's pretty much, I was listening to on Sportsman, on ESPN, they had Chris Mannix on from SI. And he said, Giannis is not going to sign an extension with Milwaukee. That is basically a trade demand. If you are unwilling to sign a contract extension in the NBA, that is a trade demand.
It was the same thing with Donovan Mitchell we just went through here. If he wasn't going to extend, you had to look around to trade him.
You were going to look to trade him, 100%. So for now, I'm out. Maybe that'll change. Kobe, go try to do it. maybe I've been disrespecting the Pacers too much because that game one was crazy. They get it done. Does watching that game one make you feel different about that Cavs-Pacers series? Ryan and I'll discuss that next. Fontana Show right here on Big Play in the Rock, presented by Garage Beer, our friends at Fairway Ford and Pure AV. Pacers are good? Maybe.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
It had to be Tyrese Halliburton for me to go ahead and win game one against the Knicks for the Pacers because all I did was crap on Halliburton and crap on the Pacers, and now they're up 1-0 on the Knicks. Welcome back, Fontana Show right here on Big Play in the Rock. He's Ryan Tyler. I am Matt Fontana. You can follow us on Twitter. Ryan is at Ryan Tyler 33, and I'm at Matt Fontana 83. We like our threes here. Why'd you pick 33? Have I ever asked you that? I don't think I've ever asked you.
I don't know, to be honest.
We've only been doing
with
this show for 2 years coming up.
To be honest with you, I think a lot of my usernames and whatnot, I've used 23 a lot.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of want to mix it up, and I like Larry Bird a lot.
Oh,
I
there
went
you
with
go.
33.
83 is my football number. That's why I went with it. Because the guy that has at Matt Fontana on Twitter, because I'm so old, Ryan, like I legit, like I've had my Twitter account now for 15 years. And the guy that has at Matt Fontana, he's cyber. You know what cyber squatting is? So like this happened. Eddie Vedder, this famous story about Eddie Vedder. He had a website, eddievedder.com. You know how you pay every month for that domain? He let it slip 1 month. Somebody swooped in, paid $4 to get eddievedder.com, then went to Eddie Vedder and go, well, you can have it back for $100,000. Eddie Vedder goes, no. He goes, I'll find a new website. This guy, I swear, is cyber squatting on at Matt Fontana. He has never tweeted. He's had this account only like 1 year longer than me. So he's had that account for 16 years. He's never once tweeted.
Reach out to him.
Half of his Twitter followers are some of my followers that follow him to try to get. I've done this before. I've tried to pressure him on air. Not that he listens, but I've had people send tweets at him and tell him, I will pay him for the account. I'll pay him. Not a lot, but I'll pay him for it. He's cyber squatting on it. And I wish Elon would step up and do something about it. Somebody get a message to him. Aren't they clearing out bots and all these old accounts? Open it on up. Open it on up. But you can follow me at Matt Fontana 83. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress here from the Indiana Pacers. They get the game one win. Do you feel differently after watching that game about the Cavs-Pacers series?
Different in what way?
That the Pacers are maybe... Now, here's the thing. I was coming from, I didn't think the Pacers were very good. So it could open up a window where I was wrong and they are good, and I'm not smart for downplaying them. I actually think it bothers me even more. You want to know why? I still look back, and I will fully admit this. Tyrese Halliburton's a really good player, and the Pacers are a good team. There, I said it. You still should have beaten them in that series. With the parallels. Choking away game 2 like we did. Knicks go, I hold my garage beer on that one.
It even started in Milwaukee.
Right. But I still watch that Cavs-Pacers series in my head, and I go, we should have still beaten them.
You want to hear the wildest stat you'll probably ever hear?
Sure.
Since 1996-97, teams that have trailed by 7+ in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime in the playoffs are 4 and 1,702.
Who are the 4?
Listen to this.
Or 3 of the 4.
3 of those 4 wins
4.
are from the Indiana Pacers coming all this postseason.
This year. 1 against Milwaukee, 1 against us, and they did it against the Knicks. That's crazy. That is insane. That they and then the Knicks go, we took our foot off the gas. Gee, you think? It actually bothers me more because that could have been the Cavs. That could have been the Cavs that stole game 1 against the Knicks there at Madison Square Garden. It's a little disrespect that I keep giving to the Pacers, but I do feel different because it's just going to bother me even more. Dude, if the Pacers go win the title, which they're not, dude, Oklahoma City, holy cow. Minnesota has no prayer. None.
No, don't count on Anthony Edwards.
They'll win a game. A game. $50,000, by the way, for him dropping a word in a post game. I don't got that money. But I think they're cooked. I think it's Oklahoma City, and they'll sit back and but think about that matchup, though, of OKC versus the Pacers. If it is the Pacers. I don't think the Knicks are done yet, but I think all the intrigues in the East. I don't see Minnesota having anything for that series. But, again, I thought the Cavs were going to wipe the floor with the Pacers, and here we sit. So I don't know. But I do feel a little bit different after watching that, but we still got plenty to go. All right, got to get to the grid. Got to talk tush push. Do it next. Stay with us.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
All right, let's get right to it. The Immaculate Grid. We got to go, Ryan. Here we are. All right. Feeling good in the 10 sacks. Go.
All right, 10+ sacks in a season for the Arizona Cardinals.
Had him in Chandler Jones.
What an athletic family, by the way.
Oh, John Jones. Oh, we don't talk MMA on this show. What the hell is he doing, by the way?
We can go
Cam Jordan.
Yep.
Had to have been, right?
Not to be confused with Jordan Cameron.
Nope. Cameron Jordan.
And Eagles, we could just go.
I mean, Reggie White.
Sure, he didn't play for the Ravens or Cowboys?
No.
Okay.
All right. Tyrod Taylor fit any of those? No. Josh Johnson fit any of those?
Wait.
Probably.
Cardinals, Ravens. Is that Anquan Bolden?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, how did I spell that wrong? There's no way.
And there you go.
Mark Ingram?
Correct. And then
Close this bad boy out.
that's an interesting one.
Did Torrey Smith ever play for the Eagles?
I don't think so.
Trent Dilfer ever play for the Eagles?
No.
Oh, we can move
Randall Cunningham? Did he ever play in Baltimore?
on. No idea.
All right, we can move off that one. All right.
Cowboys, Cardinals. Hollywood Brown never played in Dallas.
No.
Michael Gallup.
Tyrann Mathieu, no. Oh, I do think there's a receiver. It's not Miles Austin.
Colt McCoy ever played for the Cowboys?
I don't think so. Tony Romo, no. Kurt Warner never played in Dallas.
Kenyon Drake never played in Dallas.
Kenyon Drake, no.
Dallas.
Dallas?
Stephon Gilmore, did he ever play in?
I don't think he played in any of those spots.
Man. Terrell Owens, did he play anywhere else?
Oh, yeah, Eagles. You can go T.O. down there. There you go. Okay. Jason Witten didn't go to either one of those other spots.
Did Andy Dalton play for the Cowboys? And the
He
Saints.
did.
And
He
the
did.
Saints,
Yes,
right?
he did. Andy Dalton. Good call. Yes, Andy Dalton. Very, very well done. Yes. All right.
Patrick Peterson didn't play for the Cowboys.
No.
Deion Sanders didn't play for the Cardinals, right? Did he?
No, he played for the Falcons. Right?
Yeah, I know he played
Okay.
for Falcons.
All right. Larry Fitz didn't go to Dallas. Cole
quarterback?
Beasley never played in Arizona.
No.
Alfred Morris. DeMarco Murray.
Robbie Anderson, I don't think played in Dallas.
No. Morton Anderson?
No idea.
I know he played in Arizona. I have no idea if he kicked in Dallas. or
Adrian
not.
Peterson didn't play in Dallas.
No.
Would Josh Johnson work?
I'd actually feel better about Josh Johnson, Ravens, Eagles.
Should we rip it?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do we miss? That's all right.
Yeah.
Emmett Smith
Oh, yeah, I forgot he went to Arizona.
and Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
I would not have gotten him in Baltimore.
Okay.
All right, speaking of the Eagles, tush push back. I got to rip it. We'll do it next. Stay with us.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Tush push doesn't pass. Or the ban on the tush push doesn't pass. It's in. It's going. Welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play in the Rock. Ryan Tyler, Matt Fontana. Here's my reason I don't like the tush push. It's a bad play. It's not about health. I want the players to be healthy. Here's the thing. And here's why I think Roger Goodell doesn't like. It's a bad TV product that you know the outcome 95% of the time. And for everybody out there just goes, well, they'll just stop it. You don't think they've tried? You don't think that they have tried to figure out a way to stop it? Just pass the rule. Don't assist the runner. That's it. And then people are like, well, what about a run out to the side where all the linemen get out there and push the running back? That's a fun play. All right, make it a rule. You can't assist the runner inside the tackle box. Problem solved. It's a bad play. It's a boring play that you know the outcome. You know what I just picture so much? Thursday Night Football. Herbie and Al Michaels. Here comes the tush push for first down, Philadelphia. It's boring. Get rid of it. Browns voted to keep it.
They did vote to keep it.
They did vote
One
to
of 10
keep
teams.
it. Everybody goes, oh, the tough teams voted to keep it. Bull crap. I don't buy that.
The Bills, who used that the second most, actually voted to ban it.
Which is interesting that Detroit, who's going to have to face Philly eventually in the playoffs, they want to keep it around. That was a bad move by the NFL, but we'll see. All right, appreciate everybody joining us this week. If you missed the show, go back to YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter, X, at Matt Fontana Show, and catch us every Friday at 4 on The Rock for our friends at Garage Beer, Pure AV, and Fairway Ford. He is Ryan Tyler. I am Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.